Did you know that replacing just a sliver, 5%, of the ultra-processed foods you eat each day can cut your psoriasis risk by 14%?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at Mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and together with co-host Alara Skye, we're unpacking how everyday convenience foods quietly reshape your skin's future.
Thanks, Ethan. Psoriasis isn't merely a cosmetic irritation. It's an autoimmune condition that speeds up how quickly your skin cells turn over, leaving red, itchy, scaly plaques that can erode comfort and confidence. About 3% of the global population lives with it, yet nutrition's influence usually stays under the radar.
That changed with a 12-year analysis of more than 121,000 UK adults. Researchers excluded anyone who already had psoriasis, then grouped participants into 4 quartiles based on how much ultra-processed food, packaged snacks, sugary drinks, ready-to-eat meals they consumed. Compared with the lowest eaters, the top group faced a 23% higher incidence of psoriasis.
The gradient was striking. Risk climbed 7% in the second quartile, 19% in the third, then 23% at the peak. Every additional 10% of calories from ultra-processed foods bumped risk another 6%. That linear rise shows dose matters. You don't need extreme junk intake to push inflammation beyond tolerance.
Encouragingly, dialing back ultra-processed intake pays off fast. Swapping just 5% of those items for whole foods, fresh fruit, raw nuts, steamed vegetables, cut risk by 14%. A 10% swap nudged the reduction to 17%, and replacing 20% still brought an 18% drop, highlighting meaningful returns for modest effort.
2 biological levers explained most of the connection: chronic low-grade inflammation and body mass index. Excess body fat isn't inert. It constantly secretes inflammatory messengers. In this study, BMI accounted for over 27% of the ultra-processed psoriasis link, meaning pounds gained from convenience foods magnified immune misfires.
Genetics layered on as well. Participants with a high genetic predisposition, who also ate the most ultra-processed foods, were 2.7 times more likely to develop psoriasis than low-risk peers who kept processed snacks minimal. Your genes set the starting line, but your menu controls how far and how fast you run toward disease.
Seed oils inside those foods intensify the issue. Oils from soybean, corn, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed, and canola are dense in linoleic acid, a polyunsaturated fat that wedges into mitochondrial membranes. In excess, linoleic acid hobbles energy production and spawns oxidative byproducts that irritate immune pathways.
Because seed oils are cheap and shelf-stable, they hide everywhere. French fry vats, commercial dressings, bakery frosting, even so-called healthy granola bars. Replacing them at home with grass-fed butter, ghee, beef tallow, or coconut oil drops daily linoleic acid toward Dr. Mercola's target of under 5 grams, easing cellular stress long before medications enter the scene.
Whatever linoleic acid remains still accumulates in skin tissue. There, ultraviolet light converts it into inflammatory compounds that worsen flare-ups and accelerate photoaging. Reducing seed oils, therefore, is foundational before you ramp up midday sun to boost vitamin D.
Vitamin D itself is pivotal. Analysis of nearly 500 cases from the U.S. NCHAINS survey linked lower serum levels to larger psoriasis plaques. Even after adjusting for smoking and weight, participants with the smallest affected areas showed the highest vitamin D concentrations, strong proof that the nutrient tempers runaway immunity.
Vitamin D works through receptors inside immune cells, and researchers observed that receptor activity tracks more with overall inflammation than plaque size. Optimize your vitamin D, and you cool the inflammatory climate your skin lives in, even when genetic risk stays the same.
Safe sunlight is the most efficient source, offering benefits beyond the vitamin itself: nitric oxide release, circadian alignment, and mitochondrial support. Dr. Mercola advises first clearing seed oils for at least 2 months, then gradually exposing skin near solar noon while watching for the faintest pinkness. your personal cue to step back indoors.
To hasten linoleic acid clearance, introduce C15-0, pentadecanoic acid, found naturally in raw, grass-fed dairy. At roughly 2 grams daily, this odd-chain saturated fat displaces linoleic acid from skin cells, lowering its proportion by up to 30% within 4 months and trimming a multi-year detox into roughly 18 months.
Relief along that journey can come from time-tested botanicals. The aloe vera gel delivers salicylic acid and axmanin that calm redness and soften scaling. Curcumin in turmeric blocks pro-inflammatory cytokines. Organic coffee boosts adiponectin, an anti-inflammatory hormone, while garlic sulfur compounds further modulate immune reactions.
The benefits stretch well beyond skin. A 2024 Umbrella review linked ultra-processed food to 32 adverse outcomes, including cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, digestive disorders, depression, and even low muscle mass in younger adults. Psoriasis may be the visible tip of a much larger iceberg eroding health beneath the surface.
Eating out compounds the challenge because most restaurants cook with seed oil blends. Ask servers what oils they use, choose dishes prepared with butter when possible, and keep sauces on the side. When you do indulge, follow up with whole food meals at home to restore balance.
Smart shopping helps too. Scan ingredient lists for single-word foods you recognize, skip products with emulsifiers and artificial flavors, and restock your pantry with staples like dry beans, frozen berries, and glass-bottled olive oil. Setting aside one afternoon each week for batch cooking can insulate you from impulsive takeout.
Processed formulations also damage your gut microbiome, eroding its protective lining and shrinking microbial diversity. Alongside oxidative stress, where free radicals outpace antioxidants, this robs cells of the capacity to repair DNA and mitochondria, accelerating aging and broadening vulnerability to chronic disease.
So the roadmap is straightforward. Remove ultra-processed foods, cut seed oils, fill your plate with minimally processed ingredients, and measure your 25-hydroxy vitamin D until it rests between 60 and 80 nanograms per milliliter. Support flare-ups with aloe, turmeric, coffee, or garlic, and give skin honest sunlight once dietary changes are underway.
If overhauling your pantry feels overwhelming, tackle it shelf by shelf. Start with cooking oils. Swap the plastic jug of vegetable oil for glass-jarred ghee or beef tallow, then move to snacks, breakfast items, and finally condiments. Each small victory lowers the inflammatory burden without disrupting your entire routine overnight.
Pair those food swaps with a simple morning ritual. Step outside for 5 to 10 minutes of early light before screens, take a brisk walk to stimulate lymph flow, and jot down the ultra-processed products you avoided the previous day. Tracking progress reinforces momentum and turns short-term choices into long-term habits.
Your practical challenge begins now. Choose one ultra-processed product you normally eat, maybe flavored yogurt, boxed cereal, or bottled dressing, and replace it today with a single-ingredient alternative such as full-fat plain yogurt, overnight oats, or homemade vinaigrette. That single swap sets measurable drops in inflammation in motion.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.